Hi guys, so if you watched my last video, you might know that I am working on a special project, a carousel. So I was working on that last week. It definitely was a 2-week project, so I'm not finished with it yet, and I haven't had a chance to edit that video whatsoever. So I'm going to do my St. Patrick's Day video today, but I'm going to try, instead of doing a voiceover, to actually just talk to you guys so that I can do the least amount of editing and not have to do the voiceover, so that hopefully I can edit this video a little bit quicker to get it up for you guys for Friday. That way there's only 1 week with no video and not 2. So I'm just going to be doing a bunch of tier tray items for St. Patrick's Day. So I picked up this gnome at Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna repaint him to make him look more like a leprechaun. Then I also picked this up from Dollar Tree. This is one of the fairy garden items. I could potentially just use it as is. It's okay looking, but the paint job is not the best, and as you can see, the rainbow colors are not quite rainbow colors, so I am going to go ahead and paint over this. I also picked up this rainbow in the Crafter Square section. This does light up. Then I also grabbed some of these picks from Dollar Tree as well. I'm going to make a little floral arrangement. I'm using one of these cauldrons. They are selling these right now for St. Patrick's Day, and I assume a 4-pack, but I did not buy them because I had these left over from Halloween. And then I had grabbed a pack of this scatter because it sort of matches with these, and this scatter will just be scattered in the tier tray. I also picked up this little paint set, which is obviously for Easter. I just wanted this little easel and canvas. It's just a piece of like cardboard, but I'm going to make this into a St. Patrick's Day sign for the tier tray. So that being said, I think I'm going to start with our little gnome friend, and I'm going to just paint him up, and I'm going to be using chalk paint from Waverly because it dries the quickest. So I have malachite, I don't know if that's how you say that, for the green, pumpkin for his hair. I've got ink, which is just black, for his belt and shoes. And then I'm probably going to use a little bit of acrylic paint to repaint his face and hands to make them a little nicer looking than they are right now. Well, as you can see, Cashew is not the most natural skin tone ever, but I was lazy and I did not want to mix up any special colors. So I'm just gonna go ahead with it, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of pink ballet slipper onto his nose and cheeks to give him some of that blush back that he had before. I'm doing fairly well with 1 coat of paint, but I do want to go over some of it a little bit. As you can see, there were some darker spots on his hair, so I'm kind of just going over those again. And I'm also going to just touch up edges where I might have gotten some of that cashew paint onto his beard and so forth. I'm going to go back in with some touch-ups for his clothing, especially on the pants because those were maroon, so they did not cover quite as well as his blue shirt did. And I'm going to take a ball stylus tool to do his eyes. That one's a little small. I'm going to use the bigger side. I'm going to let that dry. I'll touch up that little spot on his eye after it's dry. And then I'll go over this gold a few more times when that's dry as well. Does anyone else hold their breath while they're painting? I do. That came out a little bigger than I wanted. So again, just let it dry and you can fix it. And I just gave him a couple little shine spots so that his eyes don't look so lifeless. And with that, this little guy is done. He's not perfect, but I think he looks a little nicer than the dollar store paint job. And I actually think what I'm going to do is take the white chalk paint and just paint right over this whole thing. So that'll give me a base to put my colors on too. I'm just going to push that out of the way and let it dry. And I think I will also work on this while that's drying. I hate painting these wood pieces with cutouts in them because of this. So if any of you have a solution or a better way to paint these types of things, please share that with me in the comments, because I would love to know how to avoid all this hassle. Did anyone else have this problem with Waverly chalk paint? For some reason, this crimson one is like 6 times thicker than all of my other ones. And I mean, it has been open a little while, but I just got it right before Christmas. So not super long, but it's very, very thick. I don't know if the crimson's always that thick, if I got a bad batch, or if I did something wrong. Maybe the cover isn't as tight as it should be. I don't know. You let me know if you know if this crimson is defective. Also, I apologize for the awkward pauses in my speech when I'm talking and painting, but I have a hard time concentrating and forming sentences at the same time. So that's partially why I do voiceovers, so I don't talk weirdly through the entire video. This is giving me a bit of trouble because it is so thick, and it's also slightly chunky. Like, I keep getting chunky bits on my rainbow. Sorry, doing that slow talking again. But yeah, I'm not appreciating the chunkiness here. But I already started, so now I'm committed. I don't have any Waverly chalk paint in yellow, so I'm gonna use this Arteza acrylic paint. Hope that it doesn't show up really drastically different. I'm pretty sure that it dries fairly matte, so I think we should be all right. The only purple Waverly I have, and actually it might be the only purple that Waverly makes, is lavender, and it's a very light pastel color that's not right for this, so I'm gonna use another acrylic paint. So we'll let all those dry. Open up this bad boy. I'm not going to keep these because I'm sure they're terrible quality. They're Dollar Tree. Sorry if that is wasteful, but that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go ahead and give this a coat of green. Even though it's already green, I want it to match everything else. Let that dry. I'm also gonna coat the edges of this cardboard sign. So they look a little more finished. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and let this all dry. And when it's completely dry, I'll do a second coat on all 4 of those pieces that we just did. And I'm not gonna show you that because it's just the same thing over again. So I will be back. Alright, now I'm gonna take this little green sign and I'm gonna attach this to the front of it. Just kind of get that centered. And I'm going to take off the extra. And then just take some Mod Podge and put it on here. And I cut it a little crooked, so we'll just go ahead and dry brush some green around the edges after. I'm not going to Mod Podge over the top because that will help it not get bubbles. So these little wood rounds I got on Amazon, and I'm going to paint them gold so they look like gold coins. I saw this on a YouTube video, but unfortunately I don't remember whose video it was. So I can't give them credit. But if you know who it was, calm down. If you know who it was, calm down. No, if you know who it was, comment down below and give them their credit. While that's drying, I'm gonna address this. Now this has the flame pattern on it because it is a cauldron. If I wanted to really be extra, I could probably sand that off, but I'm not gonna do that. I am gonna go ahead and paint it black, even though it's already black. I'm gonna use the chalk paint so that it's a little more of a matte finish and doesn't look as plasticky. I'll set that aside to dry as well. These are barbecue skewers that I got at Dollar Tree. So there we have our little sign. Now that this is dry, I'm going to repaint the clouds. I'm going to try to get some of this excess paint off of here, just so I don't have to try to do so many layers of white to cover it. Nah, doesn't look like it's working too good. We may have to put 40 layers of white paint on here. Maybe not. I mean, it is chalk paint, so it should cover pretty good, but we'll see when it dries. If the darker colors seep through, we might have to do a layer or two more. We will see. Good enough. None of it's perfect, but it'll all be cute. Shove some floral foam in there, which I hate, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And this is why I hate it, because it makes a giant mess. I'll take a wipe and kind of clean up a bit. I want to use the wipe on the chalk paint because the only wipes near me right now are Clorox wipes. My baby wipes are across the room and I'm too lazy to go get them. So I'm going to try to just brush this off. This would be easier to paint if I hadn't smushed my floral foam into mush. But you know, whatevs. We'll just pretend that I know what I'm doing, okay? Just pretend that this looks fabulous. Don't do what I do. Be inspired. Don't expect a tutorial. All right, we're just gonna call that good because if I keep messing with it, it's gonna get worse. And this is how I set up my mom's tier tray. Obviously the little turtle's not necessarily a St. Patrick's Day thing, but it's green and it works. Didn't really have time to make anything else, so it's a good space filler. And she had this cute little wooden shelf sitter thing as well. I apologize, the lighting's not the best. I was rushed with this video. Like I said, the carousel has taken up most of my time. I finally finished filming that video, but I still have to edit God knows how many hours of footage. So hopefully it will be up by next Friday. And I hope in the meantime that this was entertaining enough and that you maybe gave you some inspiration for your own tier tray. If you want to see this carousel that I keep talking about, make sure that you subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I hope that you're all happy and healthy, and I hope you have a great, fantastic, wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. Bye!